Look, let me describe a situation, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself for a second. Your paycheck hits your account. For maybe a few hours, you feel okay. Then rent, bills, subscriptions, groceries, gas, everything pulls from your account like gravity. You're not broke, but you're definitely not relaxed. You check your balance more than you'd like to admit. You hesitate before buying small things. A $200 surprise expense feels like a problem instead of an inconvenience. And then someone says, just save your first $5,000. And you're like, yeah, okay. With what money? Here's the thing though, and this is important. The reason that first $5,000 feels impossible isn't just math. It's psychology. And once you cross that line, your entire relationship with money quietly but permanently changes. My name is Zach, and I spend way too much time thinking about money psychology and wealth-building behavior. If you're someone who earns money but still feels financially tense, stuck, or behind no matter how hard you work, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're not talking about getting rich. We're talking about the moment money stops controlling your brain. Now, most people think the big turning point is $100,000 or $1 million or some flashy number that looks good on Instagram. But that's not how it actually works. According to data from the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. That means for almost half the population, one small problem equals stress. So when you save your first $5,000, something very specific happens. You move from financial fragility to financial stability. And that shift rewires your decisions. Here's what most people don't realize. Money doesn't change your life when the number gets big. It changes your life when the fear goes down. Up until $5,000, money feels like it's always about to disappear, like sand slipping through your fingers. You're in what psychologists call scarcity mode. Scarcity mode means your brain is reactive. You focus on short-term survival. You make decisions based on fear, not strategy. Harvard research shows that financial scarcity can reduce cognitive performance by up to 13 IQ points. That's not because people are dumb. It's because stress hijacks your thinking. So when you finally hit $5,000, your brain relaxes. Just a little. But that little bit changes everything. Let me explain this with a simple example. If you have $300 in your account and your car needs a $900 repair, that's a crisis. If you have $5,000 and your car needs a $900 repair, that's annoying. Same expense, different reaction. That emotional difference is the real milestone. This is where it gets really interesting, because once money stops feeling fragile, you stop treating it like it's fragile. The invisible behavior shift. Before $5,000, you avoid looking at your bank account. You delay decisions. You say, I'll deal with it later. After $5,000, you check balances calmly. You plan ahead. You start thinking in categories instead of emergencies. This is why personal finance is 80% behavior and 20% math. The math didn't change. You did. Why $5,000 is the first real buffer. Let's talk numbers. Average monthly expenses for a single adult in the U.S. Rent and utilities, $1,200 to $1,800. Food, $400 to $600. Transportation, $300 to $500. Insurance and MISC, $300 to $400. That's roughly $2,500 to $3,500 per month. So $5,000 equals 1.5 to 2 months of breathing room. Enough time to think, not panic. Enough margin to make better choices. This is why financial advisors recommend emergency funds, but most never explain why it feels so powerful. Addressing the big objection. Now, you might be thinking, Zach, $5,000 still feels impossible. I can barely save $200. I get it. But here's the thing. No one saves $5,000 by trying to save $5,000. They save it by changing how money flows, not how much they earn. The real strategy is stacking small wins. Let's break this down practically. If you save $20 a day, you're saving $600 a month. If you save $100 a week, you're saving $5,200 a year. If you save $500 a month, you're saving $5,000 in 10 months. But the real trick isn't the math, it's automation. Once savings becomes automatic, it stops being emotional. And emotion is the enemy of consistency. Why $5,000 changes your identity? Here's something people don't talk about enough. Saving $5,000 isn't just financial, it's identity-based. You stop being someone who says, I'm bad with money, and start being someone who says, I save money. That internal shift is dangerous, in a good way, because once your identity changes, your habits follow. Story. 2 people, same income. Let me tell you a quick story. 2 people earn the same salary, same city, same expenses. Person A lives paycheck to paycheck. Person B has $5,000 saved. Person A avoids investing because it feels risky. Person B invests calmly because emergencies are covered. 10 years later, same income path, very different outcomes. The difference wasn't intelligence, it was financial breathing room. Why this compounds over time? This is where most people get it wrong. $5,000 doesn't make you rich, but it allows you to take calculated risks, invest consistently, say no to bad opportunities, say yes without panic. And those behaviors compound, slowly, quietly, powerfully. Actionable steps, clear, immediate application. Here's exactly what to do if you're below $5,000 right now. Step 1. Define the number. Your goal is $5,000 cash, not investments, not crypto, not retirement. Step 2. Open a separate account. Out of sight reduces temptation. Step 3. Automate first. Savings should happen before spending, not after. Step 4. Kill one leak. One subscription, one habit, one expense. Step 5. Treat progress as evidence. $500 saved isn't small, it's evidence. Why this works even on low income. People always say, I don't make enough. But studies show that income explains less than 30% of savings behavior. The rest is systems. And systems don't care how motivated you feel. The moment everything changes. One day, you'll check your account, and instead of anxiety, you'll feel calm. That's the moment you realize money no longer controls your decisions. You control it. Final motivation and call to action. Look, wealth doesn't start with millions. It starts when money stops scaring you. Your first $5,000 is proof that you can build momentum. And momentum is everything. If this video helped you see money differently, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want more honest conversations about building wealth the smart way. And remember, you don't need more money to start thinking like a wealthy person. You need margin. And $5,000 is where that begins.